Good afternoon, London. My name's Hina, and I am coming to you from the Master Sha Tao Center here in London. And today we have a very interesting topic with a super interesting guest. So, the guest for today is Nora Ruff. Nora is originally from Singapore, but she moved to London or in England in 1984. And Nora has a very interesting background. So, with an open heart, I would like everyone to welcome Nora. Hi, Nora. Thank you so much for being on the show today. How is everything?
Thank you, Hina, for inviting me. Everything is wonderful. Today is a wonderful day to talk about my journey with the Tao Healing Hands because we have the workshop coming up this weekend. So
Yeah.
my name is Nora, and I am from Singapore, as Hina has mentioned, and I've lived here since 1984. Um, and I'm passionate about natural plant therapy, and I lead a group of like-minded people who are keen to pursue a non-toxic life and wellness. And I combine this with my understanding of aromatherapy and my other natural healing modalities like body talk to help them all along. So when I'm not doing my work or healing as such, I'm passionate about walking with all my friends and looking into nature and
Mhm.
absorbing what we can from our natural world. So my I was just so blessed to be introduced to the Tao Healing Hands. Yeah.
I know. I think you mentioned that you got introduced to the Master Sha Tao Center here in London and the Tao Healing Hand program by Lavina, right? I think, yeah, Lavina is another one of our Tao Healing Hands practitioners, and actually, really funny. She's now helping with our AV team, so I just saw her.
Oh,
So
amazing.
I
Yeah.
know it's amazing how just like so many coincidences fall into place. So Nora, you were saying that you're very much into holistic type of modalities, aromatherapy, plant therapy, basically anything in the wellness industry that kind of helps with self healing and supports that type of philosophy. And how long have you been a Tao Healing Hands practitioner, and how have you integrated your Tao Healing Hands with everything else that you're doing?
Uh,
Has it
well,
been about a year since you've been with us?
I was just thinking it's only about a year, and
Yeah.
just by no coincidence that I got in touch with Lavinia, and after a very long time, and then I was just sort of inquisitive and asking her what was she was doing, and then she said she was doing Tao Healing Hands, and she said, "Would you like to have an experience in a healing?" And so I go, "Why not? I'm open to all this." So my aha moment was I had some rashes on my legs. So I said, Lavinia, can you just, try and do something about this? Because I've tried the other methods and it hasn't shifted. So I was getting a little bit worried because, it was growing in circles up my leg and my thigh. And she did the healing, and lo and behold, within 2 days it disappeared. I go, wow, this is something interesting. And then she said to me that Master Sha was teaching over the weekend. Would you like to attend? So I go, yeah, I'm on, sign me up. And that was how my journey started. Yeah. So with this, I've been helping all my other clients. So if I was, seeing them for some other ailment that they have, I would just use my down healing hands or my pendulum and say, do they need this modality or whatever modality that they need for their healing journey? So that's how I've been using it. Yeah.
Oh gosh, that's amazing. And it's very clever how you've integrated everything. But for today, we wanted to actually hear your story about healing family relationships, because family is it is such a complicated and interesting topic where we have the most love and support, but then there also can be challenges in it. And yeah, and I was just listening to you earlier about your beautiful story and how you've grown. So if you could please tell everyone here your experience and how you've used Master Sha's methods in healing some of these relationships.
Yeah, so the greatest shift that I had was healing my relationship with my brothers and my family in Singapore. So when David was teaching us about the greatest forgiveness, which I have the book, and when I got more into the Tao healing practice, I realized that I really have to go into that forgiveness practice and forgive unconditionally, and for whatever that they've done to me, and for me whatever that I've done to them. So I followed what I was supposed to do as instructed in our Tao healing books, and what Master Sha was teaching us. So the shift was that I was in so much pain and I wasn't forgiving unconditionally. And I realized that I was doing it all wrong, and that it has to come from me and within me, and I have to love myself as well. So doing the practice and consistently, and joining the Tuesdays and the Wednesday class with David, and it has helped me to be consistent and to know myself and to know what I really have to do. So the aha moment, as I said, was it shifted our relationship, and I haven't been talking to the family since Mom died. So I had very different experience in what I wanted to do for my mother during her last days, which my brother wasn't really in. Um, they weren't supporting me in every which way because they didn't think that they wanted to bring her home, and I was adamant that they have to come home. She has come home to die, and they were very reluctant to take to take her back. In the end, I got my way, but that created conflict with my brothers. So they refused to talk to me about things. And so after the funeral, I left home, I left Singapore, came back to England, and I haven't spoken to them. So after doing the Tao Healing Hands in Master Sha and doing all my forgiveness practice, suddenly there was a text from them, and we started chatting in that way, and I go, wow, that wouldn't have happened if I wasn't doing my Tao healing forgiveness practice. And so I'm very thankful and very blessed to be introduced to this by Master Sha, and to learn even more. So every day has been a learning curve, and I haven't stopped learning since I started in July last year.
Wow, July. So it's actually been less than a year.
Yeah.
So, wow. So, because I remember when you first started coming to some of these classes, and I was like, ooh, who's this? So I immediately noticed you. But Nora, out of curiosity, how long was it that you and your siblings weren't speaking on speaking terms?
Mom died in May of 2018, and I would say at least 2.5 years. Yeah, or coming to 3 years, I would say. Yeah.
Wow.
Um,
So there was like no contact at all, like no text, no.
I was reluctant to text them in any which way. Yeah,
Mm.
it was my part that I was obstinate and refused to budge until I started doing the practice and go, well, something has to shift. And so the light bulb moment came. Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. So they were trying to contact you, but you were the one who was like, no, even though I got my way. That is so interesting.
Yeah. Yeah.
But your story is one that is unfortunately all too familiar. I hear all the time how certain siblings just don't speak for whatever reason. In your case, a parent passing is a very sensitive and painful type of situation. But I hear, even though, but much smaller things where siblings won't speak for years, or a lot of the times with finances and things like that. But it sounds like you've transformed quite a bit, like the transformation that you've had from Master Sha's practices, like you said, the Greatest Forgiveness book. This is an amazing book, isn't it?
It is. It's, there's so much wisdom in this. And every time we read it in a different way and we get a different
Mm.
message from it. Yeah. So, you know, it's a treasure.
It really is a treasure.
Yeah.
And it's like, to me, it's like reading Master Sha's books. It's like each time you read it, it's like a higher download. It's like a higher download of information and positivity because you understand it in a deeper way.
Yes.
So,
Hmm.
oh, that's amazing. And so, Nora, you're coming to this weekend's workshop, Healing the Family.
Yeah.
Is that right? So are you looking forward to it just to go deeper? And what are your expectations for this workshop?
Um, I think what I like to do, go even deeper and to kind of uncover the reasons why I was so adamant about it initially, and to clear myself of even more layers of forgiveness that I could give. It will go back many, many more years. So it may not be just what was happening with my mother's death. I think it's a buildup of other things that led to that event, that they are just so stunned by my decisions and my demands. So I think there's even more layers to clear, so that we can all be on a plain level field, and we can speak honestly and be more embracing with love. Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. You know what, Nora? Again, I say, like, I immediately noticed you when you first came on the scene, and I was like, oh, she's special. And it's true because just listening to you, you learn to take accountability and just look at yourself when it comes to healing the pain in the family, healing your own relationships with your siblings, and you weren't pointing the finger to anybody. You learned from Master Sha's techniques. You took like this book, you took these practices seriously. You even had your own little mini miracle with Tao Healing Hands, which is amazing.
Yeah.
So I know, like, this coming weekend, I'm sure your expectations of going deeper and your realization that all that happens, the conflicts and even the pain, have multiple layers, and you are more than happy to just get rid of them.
Yeah.
And this,
Yeah. Very happy to be able to have the vehicle to sort of discharge it all, and so that I can live in peace for the rest of my life, and not dwell on these little conflicts. And these little conflicts is all about our ego, wanting to be right and not wanting to be wrong. And yeah.
yeah, and that's true. At the end of the day, when we're all old and we look back and we're like, I got upset over this, and it really is a small thing. It's amazing how how humans get caught up in sometimes of the small things, and we let go of such important relationships. And we forget about all relationships need nurturing and need continuous support to be healthy. And at the end of the day, yeah, it's just about letting go, and like you said, letting go of the ego and wanting to be right. So that's amazing. Nora, you are such a wise girl. Do you have any closing words before we end the Facebook Live?
What I would really like to say is that, being in the Tao Healing field and being with the London Shah Center, Master Shah Center, has been so welcoming and comforting, in that I'm constantly in touch with somebody every week. I'm with you guys on Tuesdays and Thursdays, on Wednesdays, and now with the calligraphy with Natalie. I mean, it's just been, like a family. And I would say that if anybody is really looking into a source of modality that they want to get into, this is it. Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Nora. Thank you for your amazingly complimentary words. And obviously, I feel the exact same way. So, thank you so much. Thank you for spending your time with us today. Thank you for helping us share the wisdom, the techniques Dao Healing Hands, everything that Master Sha and the Master Sha Dao Center here in London offer with others. Thank you for opening your heart, telling us your story about how you have began a very deep healing process of healing the pain of the family relationship, which is absolutely amazing and so needed during these times. So thank you, Nora, so much. And I will see you this weekend at the workshop.
Thank you, Nina. Lovely to see everybody this weekend again.
Yes, yes. So thank you. So everybody, as Nora and I were talking about the weekend, this weekend's workshop is Heal the Family. It is February 19th and 20th. So it's this weekend. And you can definitely register on the link that we will have up. If you're looking to heal, any family relationships or just heal the pain in the family, you can come, you can learn the techniques. And being in the Tao calligraphy healing field that Master Sha has created for 12 global centers and London being one of them, our results are actually manifested quite quickly. And these wisdom, these techniques, and even these blessings, even after the weekend, you continue to use them to get the full effect. And you can use them not just for the family, you can start using them for all types of relationships, even the relationship with yourself. The amount of wisdom that you gain, the practices and the results that you learn from the Master Sha Dao Center is actually really limitless. So please join us. Nora also mentioned Dao Healing Hands and how she had her own really amazing healing of her skin condition by one of the other practitioners. If you would like to find out more about Dao Healing Hands, there is actually an introduction to Dao Healing Hands tomorrow evening. We'll put up that link as well. The Master Sha Dao Center here in London loves to serve you in any way that you need. If you know somebody that is experiencing any challenges in the family or any relationships who you feel that would benefit from learning about the Master Sha Dao Center, joining our classes, our workshops, even our complimentary evenings, please share this video, share, comment, and please spread the message. Master Sha's wisdom and techniques are amazing. They're limitless, and many people have gotten the results that they have sought for years and years and years. We hear this story all the time. So if it is your first time, please join us and see if it is something that you will enjoy, and please experience it for yourself. Because as the ancient Chinese saying goes, if you want to know if a pear is sweet, taste it. So thank you so much, everybody. My name is Hina. And one last time, I'm coming here from the Master Sha Dao Center here in London, and we welcome you with open hearts. So please join us in any of the nights that we have. Thank you.